A while ago we had Mork Borg, and that took the world by storm. Understandably, it's an absolutely brilliant game that, to be honest, I didn't get to understand, like at all. After Mork Borg came a lot of products related to it, with the system, with the look and feel. But one of them in particular, did incredibly well on Kickstarter, and quite frankly, for very, very good reasons. And we're talking about Pirate Borg. They've been very kind to send me a copy for reviewing. So, is this actually going to be worth the amount of money that you have to spend to get your hands on it? I'm about to tell you. I'm Paco Garcia, I'm the Free Leaguer. Okay, let's talk about Mork Borg. Mork Borg really, this little book in here did incredibly well. It is dark, it is gritty, it's absolutely beautiful in all its horrendous glory. It's weird, and it gives an awful lot to the imagination. Here comes Pirate Borg. Pirate Borg is, allowing you to become that dark, gritty, horrible pirate. And it does it incredibly well. The production of the book is fantastic. I don't think I can actually show you on the screen, but there is a kind of embossed feel to the cover, where you see this pirate, skeleton pirate in here. It's been embossed, which is lovely, really, really nice. It feels lush. On the back of this hardcover, we find this absolutely lovely illustration with just the bare minimum of anything and everything to do with what's going to be inside the book. And that is one of the great things about Pirate Borg. It's so concise. It's just fantastic. The other thing it does very well is that from the get-go, we have huge amount of information and tables and generators that are going to make our life a lot easier. But not just if you play Mork Borg, but if you want to play anything to do with pirates, this could be an absolutely fantastic supplement because it has so many things to do inside. And we're going to go into them in just a second. It doesn't have a table of content, which I find a bit disappointing. I do like to check what am I going to find inside. And you have to go through the whole book to find out what you are going to get. The cartography is lovely, and the world inside is actually very big. From here, we get about 1,500 miles of territory to explore, which is quite a lot. That is a lot of miles. And from the get-go, we're just enthralled in this dark, horrible world in which ash is the addictive substance of choice, and it is made out of the bones of the undead. That is how heavy this is. If you want to know about what the atmosphere of Pirate Borg is, think about Pirate of the Caribean's gone dark mixed with some Lovecraftian atmosphere for good measure, and you get more or less an idea. The rules are next to nothing. The rules are based on difficulty ratings, which are, set by the game master. You roll your d20 with your ability and whatever weapons you have, if any. And if you roll enough, then you succeed. And if you don't roll enough, then you're in trouble. And you will be in trouble. Quite a lot of it. That's it. You see, for example, just to give you an idea of the conciseness of this thing, carrying capacity. You can carry 8 plus or minus strength, normal size items without a problem. After that, Testing strength and agility, DR, the difficulty ratings, increases by 2, from 12 to 14, etc. It is impossible to carry more than a double 8 plus less strength. That's it. Normal size, cargo nets, muskets, shovels, not cannons, sea chests, oars, corpses. That's it. The whole book is that precise, that concise. I have to say, Luke Stratton, the author, I think he's done an absolutely incredible work because he's done everything. The writing, the illustration, and the layout. It is very difficult for somebody to be able to do 3 things very well, and yet, here we have it. And that is wonderful. Truly, truly wonderful to see. We get a number of character archetypes that we can go with, like the Brute, the Rapscallion, the Buccaneer, the Swashbuckler, the Priest, or the Zealot, the Sorcerer, and the Haunted Soul. Characters can have curses. Curses are not a good thing to have, I can assure you. Some of them can be very silly, and yet some can be truly, truly annoying and disturbing. So I would be very careful what you wish for. You also have a lot of weapons that you can carry, and as you can see, you get just the bare minimum information that you need to get your weapons. You get tables with gear, ranged weapons, weapons melee, hats, distinction flaws, idiosyncrasies, unfortunate incidents and conditions. You get to have a thing of importance to your character. So everything is, the level of detail is absolutely brilliant, and the originality of time of describing these things is just fantastic. You know, the ancient relics. You can have mermaid scales, for example, that breathe in the water for D4 hours. That sounds absolutely brilliant. Great all one figurine. One human is terrorized for D4 rounds unless they succeed a presence DR14 test. They can test each round. It is so good. The magic aspect of it is really dangerous and very, very disturbing. One thing that, being pirates, this game pays attention to is naval combat. So you have everything from how to move a ship, how the initiative works, what the crew actions are going to be, what can they do, and then, of course, the types of ships that you can have, from rafts to galleons, to man of war, ship of line. A fort is not a ship, obviously, but then you have the ghost ship, the ship of bone, and the vessel from the deep. So this is not just things that you can pilot. You are unlikely, but these are things that you can find in the high seas, but you may not want to, because they are incredibly dangerous. In terms of bestiary, we have 2 things. 3 things actually. The dark terrestrial, dark avians, dark aquatic, more dark aquatic, and dark Elora. I like the dark Elora because they're things like electric coral, kelp forests. These are things that don't necessarily move, but are very important for the marine ecosystem. And about time somebody paid them some attention. So actually, you can also get how to do your own enemy, which is fantastic. In terms of enemies, we get the skeletons, zombies, ghosts, and some weird animals like the scavenging seagull, which I found it really disturbing. That's a seagull that eats shiny things, metallic stuff, and they become part of it. Me not like. And the Cthulhian thing that I was talking about, you get the deep ones, and also you get Shoggoths. Kind of not what you want to find in the deep sea, to be perfectly honest, and massive creatures. The marrow cannons, I love them. I love them. These are sentient weapons made of bones that shoot at you just because they can. They're incredibly annoying and very dangerous. And we have some bosses. How do I feel about this? To be perfectly honest, it's a fantastic manual. Really is. By the way, it comes with an adventure and some towns, but it comes with an adventure. The adventure is a sandbox. Okay, so you get more or less what you're meant to be doing, but it is a sandbox. So, things I liked about this, they leave an awful lot of gaps for you to fill up. So if you are expecting a game that's going to give you all the lore perfectly dissected for you just to read, memorize, and put on the table with every question already answered, this is not going to be the game for you. If you're like me and you like games in which you have plenty of opportunity to come up with something else, to do your own thing and complete the gaps and fill in the gaps that this book is leaving you, this is absolutely wonderful. If you're looking for a world that's finished, this is not for you. If you're looking for a game that's going to give you all the information to roll a few dice and generate your island, your city, your enemies, your adventure, then this is exactly the kind of game that you want to look into. This game does also something that I find amazing. Mork Borg wasn't for me because it was too slim, way too much, and I just didn't understand it. The same thing happened to me with Fate. It wasn't until I read Mindjammer that I understood how the Fate system works. This is exactly what's happened to me with Pirate Borg. When I was reading it, it was like a penny was dropping constantly because it's so clear. Everything is clear. The atmosphere is clear. The rules are clear. What everything is there for is clear. It is very cohesive for a world of pirates. And I think that is where its genius relies. You may find it a bit incomplete in terms of how the world has been built. But don't feel that's the point of Pirate Borg. The point of this game is for you to complete everything, for you to truly take it and make it your own. And don't get me wrong, there are things covered in the expansion that I will be reading next that make this game even more complete. And I will talk about them very, very soon. But I just don't think that you can go wrong. And if you like any other game based on pirate atmosphere, yeah, pick this one up. Because seriously, you're going to be able to generate anything you want for any game in a matter of minutes. So I cannot praise this enough. I think it's brilliant. And if you think otherwise, I would really love to hear why. Why didn't you like this? And if you liked it, I would love to hear why you liked it. What is it that you liked about this game? But until the next time, thank you so much for being there. It truly is very, very much appreciated. And I will talk to you very, very soon indeed. Take care.